Hello everyone! I labeled this as a speed painting instead of a tutorial because this is the first time that I've made a painting like this and I made some mistakes. It wasn't until the end of the painting that I realized I had created these blemishes in the ornaments. Because of this, I wasn't sure whether or not I should post this video, but since I liked the technique and the entire process of painting it, I thought I would just show it to you and explain every step that I did and where I went wrong. I do want to keep on exploring this technique, and when I feel more confident, I will do a detailed tutorial of it. As always, I start by drawing the outline and erasing the parts of the ornaments that are overlapping. The next step is adding the first layer of masking fluid for the parts you want to keep white. I added the masking fluid to the decoration in the ornaments and the edges. For the edges of the ornaments, you don't have to put masking fluid around the entire ornament, just parts here and there to create the illusion of shine. I used the shaper tool to apply the masking fluid. You can find all the tools that I've used in the description below. I am now adding a base layer of water so the color will flow out more easily. The masking fluid prevented the water from flowing out, creating puddles. So I put over a paper towel to soak up the excess water. Since this was the first time that I've tried this, I didn't really pay attention to where I was placing the colors. The color scheme that I'm using is just my favorite colors that I've used throughout all my paintings. I've added some light and dark values, keeping in mind that the darkest value is going to be the last step of this painting. I made sure not to use my background color in this step. Here I am adding more yellow to the ornaments because my imaginary light source is coming from the right upper corner. This was an attempt to create shading. If I try this technique again in the future, I will probably create an extra layer of shading on the other side of the ornament to make sure that that part is darker. I didn't realize I had forgotten this step until I saw the end result. I removed the masking fluid to see what the painting looked like at this point, but it's not a necessary step. You can just put the next layer of masking fluid over it, it's not a problem. Here I am putting another layer of masking fluid on the entire ornament. This will make it easier for me to put in the background color. This is also where my mistake was made. I don't really know how it happened, but on some parts of the ornament, the masking fluid didn't cover the paper the way it should have. I probably made the layer too thin or accidentally rubbed it off. It's the first time that I've covered such a large surface. So for next time, I will probably just cover the edges and be very careful when applying the background color. This is the last step that I finished during art class, and then I had a 2-week break. When I came back to the painting, I decided to put in the quartz with masking fluid as well. And I think that the 2-week break is the reason why it didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to. I realized I'd kind of forgotten what I wanted the background to look like, so I decided on an indigo blue and purple. To make the colors flow, I added a layer of water again, and then I started to apply the color. If I do this again, I will probably just use the same colors that I've used for the foreground, but more saturated, so that the yellow, the pink, the red will be more vibrant instead of just adding a completely different color like I'm doing here. I found that the blue was a little too dark compared to the ornaments themselves, so adding in a more saturated layer of the same color might be a better choice. Here I am taking off the masking fluid and you can see the blemishes appear. Thank you for watching, and until next time.